Welcome to another video. Hopefully you're having a wonderful day today. I am as well. Unfortunately, I am, but no setups. Unfortunately, we did have a better setup here, but he's working in our favor, yes. But no setups, okay? This broke my rule, okay? We had the wrong time to purge, okay? Okay, let's talk about it. Okay. So before we do any of that, let's go talk about our high temperature on liquidity to what led us taking these trades. You guys know we're not gonna bullshit you guys. I'm not gonna bullshit you guys. I'm gonna tell you guys, you know, the the actual way why I took it. It's not because of this. It's not because of the 4 hour time frame. It's because of the higher time frame. The drawn liquidity. Right? As you guys know, nobody talks about the higher time frame around here. We do. We prioritize higher time frame first because without the weekly, daily, and the higher time frame drawn liquidity, you're gambling, as you guys already know. We have a weekly CRT to the downside, another weekly CRT to the downside. We have a weekly ERL to IRL. We have a SMT with the Monday and Tuesday. So Monday high is protected. So we have a classic exposure profile 2 to the downside. Monday high of the week. I just said my last literally video that Monday is high likely to be protected and Wednesday is probably going to be a classic candle. What did Wednesday do? Classic candle, right? It's no BS. Simple as that, right? As you guys know, I am the market maker. Tight shit, right? Young market maker, right? So other than that is we have a daily ERL to IRL, daily premium ERL to IRL, right? Why do you want to care about this IRL? Two reasons. Reason number one is in premium. Reason number two isn't the instant salad CRT, so it's how likely to get souped, or it's how likely to get disrespected. And this is where we're trying to go to, right? And why do we care about this fair value? Why don't we care about this fair value gap? Reason again, premium inside the CRT, right? So yeah, tomorrow hopefully we're gonna have another setup to the downside. Today I didn't take any. Today we did have a setup, but timing of the purge was wrong, so I didn't execute on it, right? But our market narratives as context was daily ranges super high, support low, stable high, stable low, right? Swing lows are stable low. Because daily range, right? It's not a ranges. So market, this is premium discount, premium of the daily range got tapped. So going to the daily range low, right? Which is the 4 hour CRT low. As well we have a 4 hour CRT to the downside, as well have a near growth profile one. Somebody told me, yo, there's the CRT low got sued first, right? Somebody talked about that, right? I think Trader talked about, yo, the CRT low got sued first. Are we gonna still execute for a trade? We're not. We're still looking to execute because why? Because this CRT is in this specific day, so time, right? But let's just say the market does not go down here. You probably will go down here in addition, possibly, right? But let's say per se, this CRT does not get met today, right? So the next day, just say this is that 17 o'clock hits in. Eventually, with the CRT look is gonna get soup. We're in A position or lunch position or what? Let's just say we're in no position, right? We're looking for a New York Russell because market, pull back a little bit really hard, right? Let's say we're New York session, we're looking for a New York profile one. And that day, we would care about the New York profile one. That day, we'll care about which side got preached first, right? That day, we'll care about, okay, the CRT look is pressed. We're not going to trade it because, we need to highly give price first because that could cause a bullishness. So why do we do that? Because when the CRT low gets pressed first, it can go to the CRT high and stop us out. So after that, when we're looking short, after that gets purged, we're looking for a debit purge, right? Which is a really low probability setup. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I tried it, right? It's really low probability setup, so I avoid it, right? But what will happen is the CRT low gets suit first. We're going to CRT high. Let's say we're looking for a double purge. We short it down. What will usually happen is, what will tend to happen is he'll give a setup and he just disrespect us because a CRT low got soup. So that's, you never want to sell in a buy program. You never want to buy in a sell program. That's what I'm trying to say. Simple as that, right? We as well had a SMT divergence to the downside. G didn't take out the high what you did. And keep in mind, chat, that's the reason why, I didn't care about the low getting soup the next day. So if this CRT is still effective to the next day and the low doesn't get met, the drawing to the low does not get met, we're high likely to care about that, next day's, higher low of the New York Russell, right? So this day we didn't care, right? But that's our market context. Did we have a bearish order flow during the time that we're looking for a trade? No. But but the order flow just turned bearish. This is the last low that tapped the high time key level. We have a bearish order flow. Right, so that only happened like around 9 a.m. right, 9 a.m. So after the 9 a.m. candle is when the order flow changed to bearish. Now look at the lower time frame with execution here. You can see the CRT had was allegedly high, positive, right? But guess what? The timing, man. We're looking for the 6 a.m. to get clock in and go up higher, project the low, go lower, right? So what we're looking for was, the 6 a.m. to clock in, go up higher, project the low, project the high, eventually go out lower eventually. Because this is the one that made the, I'm saying, the SMT. This one's the one that praised it, while this one didn't. So this could have gone higher than eventually going lower. I was like, damn, that sounds good. But on what I see through price action, I was like, okay, we will highly likely not see this high get souped. This is a big bearish sign to the downside. Is like expansion, retracement, expansion, reversal, retracement, expansion, right? Obviously, right? So what I see, I was like, bro, there's a big ass order block. This order block is not going to get disrespected here, right? So I was like, okay, we could do two things: enter on the threshold, right, which entry is right over there, right? Entry threshold got met, or enter on a threshold and put a stop loss either at the order block high, because you guys know that with the wick does the damage, the body tells a story, right? So I was like, okay, we could enter in two ways. First, number one is this is our order block, obviously, right? Because this one we take the body is our order block. Why? Because the body back consecutive candle here, right? So we had two ways to do this, right? We could have entered here and put our stop loss right on the top of the order block, right over here, to go for even more RR, but more riskier, right? Because this could have expanded up here, right, and go lower, right? Or we could have done is push it to the high only, right? So the best chance of this, I would probably say just doing a threshold, putting a stop loss here. Because you guys know, the wick does the damage, the body tells the story, right? So we gotta put our stop loss on the body. But keep in mind, it's too risky. So on a long-term basis, that's not gonna hold, right? It's not gonna hold. You're gonna get stop losses, right? As you guys know, we were trying to get a high probably entry here, right? You can see tapped it, boom, fully reversed back down here, right? And I'm pretty sure to those who did take this trade, come on, like, you guys can't enter your trade all the way down here. You guys must enter your trade around here where the market is where you're meant to enter the trade, right? So yeah, keep that in mind. And you can see right over here, chat. A threshold was our entry, and those who think when this got tapped, those who thought like market is gonna go lower, so we just enter here. Hey, do yourself a favor and not do that, because that will make you take a lot of less RR here, right? Because would you rather take this with a fucking 2.9 RR, or would you rather take this for a 5.2 RR? What sounds better? Hey, and guess what? That's just to the first initial take profit. Second initial take profit, you could have gone for what? A fucking 10 RR, right? Keep that in mind, right? In this case, probably one thing, well, T, did you execute a trade? I did not, because I'm saying not right time to purge. But as I go on in my future, as I'm more advanced, as I know more, as I know more in the price action details, right? As I know more in the how the market moves, I'll high likely sometimes, right, will not care about the right time to purge, right? But I'll care the CRT high, but I sometimes wouldn't care about the right model one or the right time to purge, right? That's only true if you're very advanced, right? Because over here is where a lot of volume is, right? There's a lot of volume around here, right? So you could have used that as your, as your edge, right? But yeah, those who took the trade, what I'm saying, as you guys know, as I said, if the body is too fat, or the order block model one is too fat, the body would enter on the threshold. The threshold is right over here. And guess what? Guess what the market did? You have a 0% drawdown here, right? You have to the tick and 0 drawdown on here, right? Just right when it got tapped, went lower, right? So yeah, make sure you guys have the right entry here, and the entry on this with the the threshold of the order block here, right? Or they call it the CISD or the CSD, whatever the shit's called, right? But yeah, right over here, that's what have been the setup. But we didn't execute on this because there's many reasons here why. Not the right time to purge. As I said, in the future, I will highly not care about it. But guess what? That will only happen if we're very advanced. Are we advanced right now? Probably not. So let's be humble and stick to what we got here, right? But the day is another simple day, a classic candle, right? Simple as that, right? So as I said in my last video, if you go check my my recent market recap, which is yesterday, the 22 of April of 2025. For those who are watching in the future, right? Just watch my previous video, then you will, you know what I'm saying, you'll find out, okay, T talked, the TC or Tina Circle Trader talked about the next day being a classic candle. As you can see, classic candle, right? On the daily and on the daily time frame, it was a very classic candle here. But yeah, thank you for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.